We drive back to this truck stop I'd noticed. I'd figured the girls hanging out there were whores. A few of them are, but they're not all that young. They're seated around a picnic table drinking beer with some truckers. I let him choose our whore and she gets in the car. It costs me extra to watch, but that's the point. When we reach the motel, she goes right in the bathroom. He gets undressed and lies down on the bed. I start to strip, then change my mind when he looks at my chest. I'm too thin and Jude tells me my hips stick too far out like a girl's, so I pull the shirt back on. The whore is a lot heavier set than she looked, with this huge pocked ass. Oh my God, she says, seeing his body. Sit on his face. It's the meanest thing I can imagine. She straddles his face and starts to masturbate him. Once in a while she lifts her ass and lets him take a breath. Don't do that. If he can't breathe, that's not your problem. What in the world, she says. His hand leaves her thigh and searches around on the bedding, maybe for me, but I'm not even close. I'll pay you whatever you want, and no one will know. His hand's moving around. I can't decide if I should sit over there and let him find me or stand here, and if wanting to sit over there means I'm gay. He's a child, she says. It's okay, he wants to suffer. About then his hand gives up on me and makes a fist. It hits the bed. Sick fuck, she says, and sits down hard on his face, then nervously crosses her arms. All your weight. The boy's sick to his stomach in the bathroom. Since he's on his knees over the toilet that's loud, she saved his life at the last second. I could have made her keep going. It's his notebook. I wish I'd never read it or else waited. The whore just yelled something in Spanish and left. I feel like that stuff with her wasn't enough or seemed too short. By the time I got my pants off, it was over. What are you thinking? Says his voice. I don't know. You're nervous, says his voice. Maybe. I'm nervous too, says his voice. Yeah, you don't understand. I don't know what's going on, but I walk in the bathroom. He doesn't get up or even turn. That gets me upset, so I take off my shirt and pull it over his face. Then I punch him so hard in the back he falls forward and hits his forehead. Blood is staining my shirt, so I pull it off and force him to face me. He doesn't look like he understands what I'm doing at all, which is confusing. I've just grabbed his throat, so he'll realize how violent I'm ready to get. You understand? Yeah, he says. He won't look at me. Don't do that. Do what? He says. I swear to God. I throw the punch that killed Rand. It clips his nose and gives him a flash walrus mustache of blood. He grabs his nose and says not to hit him again, but I do. He tries to crawl away, so the blow clips the back of his head and seems to knock him unconscious, but he could be pretending. I wouldn't put it past him. Pete, Jesus fucking Christ. I just told Jude that I was really upset and to put his stupid ass on the phone. He sounds strange, he says. Why does the guy want him dead? I thought you didn't want to know that, he says. Just tell me. Don't, he says. Just fucking tell me. The senior's an acquaintance of ours, Gilman Crow. It's about the boy's notebook, Pete says. That wasn't the reason until I told Pete, and I guess he told Gilman. Knowing Pete, he thinks it's something gay. I think it probably has to do with how Gilman's the head of this Nazi-style group, but I don't care enough, and Pete won't say. He's just supposed to kill the boy, bring Gilman the notebook, and get paid. Okay, no problem. I know it's fucked up, Pete says. He means how he just asked me to wait so he can watch, and how I owe him. Everything is. Whatever, Pete says. That reminds me. If you fuck Jude, I'll kill you. The boy just woke up or quit faking. I was on my knees, wondering if I should stop what I was doing to him or maybe kill Pete instead, but I couldn't decide anyway. I was crying with my face in his hair when he came back around, so I ran out here and sat down on the bed. I can see him in the mirror. It's okay, he says. His voice is raspy and choked, either from when I was strangling him or he could be sad too. You keep saying that. It's okay, he says, and looks at me. His reflection does, I mean. I like you. No, it's not. That's why I let you read my notebook, he says. For some reason, I suddenly figure out what he's been saying he knows, or else I let myself think it. Then it takes me a second or two to make sure. This is really hard. Jim told you. The boy turns, all the way around, and looks right at me for real. It's intense. Yeah, he says. What did he say? Then I start crying again. It's the end. I guess he thinks I want to talk, but I can't even move anyway. He comes out of the bathroom and stands in front of me. When I don't do anything, he puts his arms around my neck. Oh God. I put my arms around his waist. What? He says. Nothing. It could have been so different.